I found a ghost net on the wreck of the African Queen on February the 16th. I put a quick video out on Facebook. Heather Hamsa contacted me and quickly assembled a team of volunteer divers to help bring up the net.
The team I assembled are divers with the Los Angeles Global Underwater Explorers, a group of divers extensively trained in the technical aspects of diving.
The African Queen is a 40-foot fishing trawler that sank 25 years ago in 90 feet of water 5 miles outside of the Long Beach harbor.
The visibility at the surface looked encouraging, but as we descended deeper, our optimism waned. The viz at the wreck was maybe 5 to 10 feet. It could have been much worse, but it's workable. The first order of business was to assess the net for any trapped animals.
It was surprising to see how quickly the ocean was reclaiming the dead sea lion. 6 days ago, the body was nearly intact.
There is a process for staging the lift bags. First, we gather up a bunch of net, and then we run a line through it. We clip the line onto itself as it is run through the ball of net. The lift bag is attached to this line. This kind of work will drop the viz to almost zero. In conditions like this is why you want to have buddies that you know and trust. Once the lift bags start pulling up the net, then we look for the largest chunk of net possible and where there is greatest tension, and then we start cutting. These lift bags will lift 185 pounds. They are sealed with a pressure-containing valve, as unsealed bags may empty if they bump into something on the way up, or if a wave hits it at the surface. This can cause the net to drop back down and fall onto the divers down below. Each bag takes approximately 10% of a scuba tank to fill. This is why we bring along a dedicated tank just for this task. We'll let these lift bags and the ocean surge do their job as we ascend. We will cut the rest of them free on our second dive.
Once the bag floats to the surface, Captain Ray takes out his dinghy and retrieves them. The surface support team drags a net aboard, and a thorough search of the net commences to look for trapped animals.
This was a good effort, but much more needs to be removed. I need to reschedule a return visit as soon as possible.
4 days later, Heather assembles a smaller team aboard Captain Kaya's Sundiver 2 to assess what is left and to remove portions of the net that would pose imminent danger to sea life. With a smaller team, they're going to have to work faster and be more efficient.
We were all just here 4 days ago, so we knew what to expect and what we had to do. I was hoping for visibility at least as good as last time. As we descended, the viz looked amazing. I was shocked and I was thrilled when at 65 feet I could clearly see the wreck 20 feet below me.
Wow, you could actually see the wreck in all her glory. The forward section hosts Metridium anemones, schooling sand bass, and blacksmiths. The local wolf eel even seemed happy to see us. With 35-foot visibility, the photographers went to work doing what they do best. In the last 4 days, Mother Ocean turned the sea lion carcass into a skeleton with a pelt.
Although I had a lot smaller team today, with this incredible visibility, we were able to do more work. We could see what we were doing and what the other divers were doing. Even though we stirred up a lot of silt, there was a slight current carrying it away from us. We worked quickly to bundle up as much net as we could in our planned bottom time of 60 minutes. We do a net cleanup dive at least once a month. There are many shipwrecks and submerged structures that snag commercial fishing nets. Once they are snagged, the fishermen just leave them behind. Once under the sea, there is no one to see it and the damage that it does to the environment and the fish stock. We found a skull that appears to be from a harbor seal, as well as 2 other sea lion skulls. Once an animal is trapped and he or she dies in the net, the ocean goes to work, and within 3 weeks, there's nothing left. This is a squid net made out of hemp or nylon, which can take 30 to 40 years to biodegrade. There's also monofilament fishing line and gill net, which will take 600 years to biodegrade. And in all those years, these nets will continue to do their original intended purpose, which is to trap and kill marine life.
This time, when the lift bags hit the surface, Captain Kaya jumps in to retrieve them. A very large section of net with lots of embedded chain, rock, and shell is brought aboard. These are cut out to make the net more manageable.
In these 2 days, we removed most of the net that would pose an imminent danger to the sea life. There is much more net to be removed on this wreck, as well as many other wrecks that lie just off the coast.